Go.
All right, we'll call this meeting to order for the Greater Lafourche Port Commission. I'd like to everyone who attended today. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Vanessa De Leon, and opening prayer will be by Mike Colley. Please stand and remain standing for the prayer. Vanessa? Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mike?
Good and gracious God, thank you for the many ways you bless us. We stand before you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Be with us in our discussions and guide our decisions so we always do what is right and just in your sight. Help us to work together for your glory and the benefit of our community. Please watch over and protect us, our loved ones, and our nations. We ask these things through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
All right, next we'll begin with roll call. Mr. Secretary?
All right. Seat A, Chucky Sherman here. Seat B, Thomas Petrie.
Here.
Seat C, Jimmy Lafont.
Here.
Seat D, Rodney Gisclair.
Here.
Seat E, Reggie Ledier.
Here.
Seat F, Chad Colley.
Here.
Seat G, John Mellison.
Here.
Seat H, Mike Colley.
Here.
Seat I, Chris Colley.
Here.
You have a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Next, I need a motion to approve the minutes from the July 8th, 2026 meeting. Moved by Mr. Tom Petrie, second by Mr. Michael Colley. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we'll begin with the Executive Director's report.
Thank you, Mr. President. First is our Northern Expansion Slip D Sweep Dredging Project, GIS Engineering.
Morning.
Morning.
We're currently advertising for bids. The bid has been moved to September 3rd, and an addendum was sent out last week in the interest of maximizing the bids we get in.
All right. Any questions? Thank you all.
Still estimated to the bid date of September 3rd, so hopefully 2 weeks after that we'll award.
Okay. All right, our airport projects. First is aircraft operations. Davey.
Aircraft operations for July, 1,633. We had 9,572 passengers and 20,625 vehicles visit the airport.
Any questions on that? Okay, the Airport Connector Road and Bridge, Piciola and Associates.
So Sea Level is the contractor. I still don't know when the bridge. So they've got almost. They should finish with all the punch list items this week. So all of the little knick-knack things, painting, touch up, signs. We've asked them to adjust some handrails, striping on the road. They had to come back and do some more striping yesterday. All of that stuff's going to be finished this week. So what they've been doing in the last couple of weeks, and they're still doing, is trying to get the bridge lift span to come down level and sit down level and stay level, in an automatic operation setup. Okay, they can do that right now, but they have to do it by override. So there's several interlocks and limit switches that go together with this operation, and 4 motors that control the 4 corners of the lift span. So trying to get all of that to work together. They've asked to train the parish employees that are going to operate the bridge. They'll do that sometime early next week.
Okay.
That's a good sign. So it means that they think they're getting close. So hopefully sometime next week, all of that will work out, and we'll be able to open the bridge for public traffic.
Okay. Yeah, I did receive a call yesterday afternoon from Representative Joe Orgeron, who's been getting calls from bus drivers now,
Right.
saying, "Hey, when is that bridge going to be open?" And I said, "Look, we're not 100% sure, but there's some tweet." I told him what you told us Monday night. So we're getting there. You can see the lights getting brighter. So hopefully we see something in the next couple of weeks.
That's right. Other than the operation and getting everything to, the electronics to work, it's ready.
Yep.
So, anyway,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Okay, the new executive terminal, GIS engineering.
Hey guys, as of last week, the interior work is almost done. It was at 98%, more or less last week. And it progressed on the parking lot and the sidewalks. I'll drive by today on the way back up, see that progress. Anticipated substantial complete end of this month. Anticipated completion, well, substantial.
With their anticipation of post substantial completion, having some punch list items that they have to
Correct.
complete, that might take a few weeks.
Correct.
We actually might do punch lists, a walkthrough tomorrow, the interior. That way they can take care of the punch list items while they complete the parking exterior and not wait until that's done. So we're looking at trying to expedite the finishing.
Okay, if we can try to get, basically if we can get a date on when contractor is going to be moving out,
And occupancy.
so that we can start planning ribbon cutting ceremonies. Okay. All right. Thank you. Any questions? All right. Other project. First is Fouchon Beach, Angelette Design.
All right, good morning. Onshore Materials is the contractor in this project. Work is still going really well. They're a little better than 90% done with the project. We do have before you today change order number 1, which is the addition of 45,000 tons of sand at the previous contract unit price for a total of $1,476,000 and an additional 60 days contract time also. This is for additional sand needed to complete the tie-in at the very east end of the project, and it's about an 8% increase in the contract unit quantity.
Okay. All right. Any questions for Neil? Thank you. Okay. Flotation Canal Shoreline Protection, PCL and Associates.
Yes, Rigid Construction is the contractor. So they've been on site the last month. They've placed the Cajun coral exoforms along the bank of Flotation Canal. That came out really good. They have received some rock riprap. They did one barge worth along the edge of Bayou Moreau and the corner of Flotation Canal. They've had some equipment breakdowns this week, but they plan to start installing more barges of rock riprap later this week or early next week.
Any questions?
So Joe, the materials made by Danos, they're above the water line or they're stay below the water line?
We tried to set it to where the top of the coral, the Cajun coral, was at about a plus 2.5. So that would kind of get it in that tidal zone. So
Okay.
the bottom would be in the tidal zone.
Well, how about we set up a site visit with whoever wants to come from the commission and go get a look at that?
Sure.
If that'll be okay, maybe sometime latter part of next week or the week after.
That would be great.
And we'll put the message out. I'd appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you.
And just to add on to that, there's going to be some anticipated settlement,
Yes.
correct? So it might look a little high today, but it's, when it's all said and done, it'll settle out a few inches for sure.
As we were setting them, they were sinking 6 to 8 inches.
Well, there you go.
Alright.
So
Yeah.
I would assume that, but I would like to see what they look like before they get into their natural position.
right. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, Coastal Wetlands Park, Duplantis Design Group, DDG.
Good morning. Grand Isle Shipyard is the contractor. I'm happy to say that we finally have the long-awaited mechanical lift that is arrived and is being installed this week, along with some additional concrete work. You see the forming already set up. They're prepping a lot of the painting this week, as well as they've done the measurements and have the metal being fabricated. So next week they'll start bringing in sod and then start painting. And painting will go through the end of August. And then, so we've got about 2 weeks to September 15th and just clean up and wrapping things up. So we're projecting a substantial completion September 15th. You'll have a change order later today that we've identified September 15th. Change orders for time associated with the delays on the mechanical lift to get us to September 15th. There may be potentially a few more punch list items past that, but we've got a couple of weeks before that to try to get as many of the punch list items so that way when we hit substantial completion, we can open it to the public for public use. Any questions?
No, it looks good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chad. Okay, highway embankment stabilization project.
That's an in-house project that we're doing. Brandon Alimon's taking care of that for us. Working with DOTD equipment and laborers installing riprap. They've completed a few locations in the cutoff area on Highway 308. And they're actually working a few spots that we deem necessary to protect the highway on LA1. And they'll be finished probably the end of this week or beginning of next week.
Any questions? And if you happen to get anyone from the general public who says, "Hey, why you didn't come to my area?" Say, our plan is to keep working through it regularly. So we had a couple of years where we didn't do any work, but our plan is to be regular on these projects.
Yeah. On that note, I had contacted DOT probably 4 years ago because they have a culvert that runs across in front of my house and it's eroded. All they did was put them little signs and that's it. But it's continuing to the road right there. We don't have much highway right there. You can't get off the road.
Okay. All right. We'll get a look at it and might have to work with DOTD because I know it's really high off it's an elevated section in that location. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. Port Fourchon Bell Pass Channel deepening projects. Bryce, you want to?
Sure. So again, on the first phase, the 30-foot deepening project, we are awaiting, the district's awaiting money to start the preliminary engineering and design. They're hoping to receive that sometime after October 1st. And we are working with the district on our phase 2 study to finalize the scopes of work that they'll be providing, the federal services and technical services that they'll be providing for that study.
And that has to be in coordination with all levels, district, division, headquarters, and the Assistant Secretary of the Army's Office of the Corps for Civil Works. And we're very fortunate to have ASA Adam Tell coming in on August 27th to visit the port to talk specifically about what we do and what we're looking forward to in our phase 2 deepening project. Okay. Any questions on that? Okay, the QIPRA TE-134 and TE-171. All right, Bryce.
Okay, and these are the 2 QIPRA projects that are going to pretty much go hand in hand with the deepening project. TE-171, we finalizing bid documents with CPRA right now, hoping to be awarding a bid beginning of next year to start work on that. And then TE-134 would be following probably several months after that to bid. So,
and as part of that, you can see where TE-171, there's kind of that light purple section on the backside of West Bell Pass. There's actually a project coming in that has been bid already and awarded. So Weeks Marine is going to be coming in and doing some renourishment on West Bell Pass. That's part of a CPRA QIPRA project and now FEMA repair project from damages from Hurricane Zeta and Ida. So they're going to be fixing that. So all of this is kind of working hand in hand, all of these projects with the state and ours and what we're trying to accomplish here. So you can kind of see how all the dots are starting to connect finally.
Any questions for the director?
Yes. When is that scheduled to start on the west side?
The next coming months. So maybe 2 or 3 months from now. Yeah. Concludes my report, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we'll move into public comment. Being none, we'll continue. We'll start with committee reports, and we'll start with the executive committee, and chairman is John Melanson. Members are Chucky Sheremy, Mike Calais, and Jimmy LaFont. First, we'll consider approving the lease request from Galliano Marine Service, LLC.
All right, this is for the corner of Flotation Canal and Slip D. Recommendation to approve.
Need a motion? Moved by Mr. Chris Calais, second by Mr. Chad Calais. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions?
Abstain, Mr. President.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, we'll consider approving the lease amendment from TampNet to add equipment to the tower.
All right, this lease amendment is to increase the ability for TampNet to pay for the survey of the tower for this new equipment that they want to put on. Recommendation to approve.
Need a motion? Moved by Mr. Rodney Gisclair, second by Mr. Chucky Sheremy. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Consider approving the request from LLOG to lease mooring dolphins 37, 38, and 39.
This one's simple. Recommendation to approve.
Motion? Moved by Chad Colley, second by Mr. Reggie Leday. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. And last, we have considered donating the van to the Lafourche Parish government.
All right, so as y'all know, earlier this year, we purchased a new van for us to utilize for tours and such. This van is now surplus. Had a discussion with the parish president. He said they would love to have the van, so recommendation to approve this donation.
Move.
Need a motion? Moved by Mr. Thomas Petrie, second by Mr. Jimmy LaFont. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we'll move into Permits and Waterways Committee, and chairman is Chris Calais. Members are Chucky Sheremy, Chad Calais, and John Ellison. Chairman Calais.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Mr. President. First, we'll review permits. Crescent Louisiana Midstream, LLC. Crescent Louisiana Midstream is proposing to construct 9,011 feet of new 20-inch pipeline by trenching an HDD to support the transport of product between existing facilities and abandon in place a total of 3,811 feet of existing 20-inch pipeline. The work will require prop washing and a board road for access, 23,669 cubic yards of excavation to be placed on site, and an additional 7,646 cubic yards of hauled-in fill. And also the prop washing is estimated to be 15,811 cubic yards.
And just to add to that, I know we comment, Mr. Chairman, typically on prop washing. I know this board has historically said we're not supportive of prop washing. Note that with this being this amount of 15,000, just under 16,000 is under now Department of Conservation and Energy threshold for prop washing. They say 24,000 cubic yards or below. They're okay with. So if there's a wish for the committee and the board for us to write a letter anyway, saying, hey, we oppose prop washing, we can. Just note, we wouldn't anticipate any change to the permit application or approval. So just let us know what you'd like us to do.
Thank you, Director. Our next permit is from CPRA to collect 65 borings and CPTs for the design of the BA0300 Go Mesa South Lafourche Land Bridge project. And our last permit is Department of the Army, Corps of Engineers, New Orleans District, 2026-2027 via Lafourche Jetty, and Bar Channel maintenance dredging. Mr. President, this concludes the Permits and Waterways Committee report.
Thank you, Chairman Colley. Next, we'll move into Construction and Development Committee, and Chairman is Reggie Leday, along with members Chris Colley, Tom Petrie, and John Melanson. Chairman Leday.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Mr. President. Today, we have a couple of items to consider approving. First would be consider approving the change order number 1 from Onshore Materials for the Fouchon Beach project.
All right, again, this is adding 45,000 tons of sand at our contract price of $32.80 per ton, an additional 60 days for that work and that additional material at a price of $1,476,000. Recommendation to approve.
I move.
Got a motion by Mr. Leday, second by Mr. Chad Colley. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Second, we can consider approving the change order number 3 from Grand Isle Shipyard for the Coastal Wetlands Park improvements.
And this is an additional 88 days for the specialized mechanical lift equipment. Recommendation to approve.
Mr. President, I move.
A motion by Mr. Leday, second by Mr. Mike Colley. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions?
I'll abstain, Mr. President.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. President, this concludes the Construction and Development Committee report.
Thank you, Chairman Leday. Next, we'll move into Finance Committee, and Chairman is Rodney Gisclair. Members are Mike Colley, Tom Petrie, and John Melanson. Chairman Gisclair.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, we'll begin by consider approving payment of the July 2026 invoices, and we'll be recognizing expenditures over $25,000, which are number 1, Onshore Materials LLC, $1,195,584.07, and that's for the Fouchon Beach maintenance, restoration, and protection. Next, we have BET Construction, Inc., $637,390.24, and that's for GAO Executive Terminal. Next, we have Rigid Constructors, LLC, $229,794.31. That's for the Flotation Canal Shoreline Protection. Next is Grand Isle Shipyard, $151,978.03. And that is for Port Fouchon Recreation and Coastal Wetlands Park, the DOTD Highway Embankment Project, contract labor for FBO, limestone for Pavilion Parking Lot. Next, we have Angelette Design LLC, $115,464.16, and that is for Fouchon Beach maintenance, restoration, and protection. Moving to GIS Engineering, $111,172.50, and that is for Bell Pass Channel deepening, Fouchon Island, Slip D sweep dredging, and general engineering. USI Insurance Services for $90,981, and that's for insurance renewal fees. Next, we have Ascent Aviation Group, $79,196.44, and that is for truck rental and fuel for resale. Piciola and Associates, $54,632.50. That's for the Airport Corridor Bridge and Connector Road, and for general surveying, consulting, and permits. Next, we have AAPA, $36,363.10. That's for registrations for 2026 AAPA Annual Convention. Number 11, we have Bank of America, $26,867.99, and that's for the port credit card charges. And lastly, we have NOAA, $26,600, and that's for the NOAA Ports Program to measure tide and current. If I haven't misstated any amounts, we'll go ahead and approve these expenditures, including those over 25,000, which equal to $3,877,107.89. And Mr. President, I make a motion that we approve these expenditures.
Good job, Mr. Gisclair. I got a motion by Mr. Gisclair. Got a second from Mr. Thomas Petrie. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions?
Abstain, Mr. President.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next, we'll consider approving the 2026 unaudited financial statements, which are in our folders and which are up for review. And I make a motion that we accept the July 2026 unaudited financial statements.
I got a motion from Chairman Gisclair, second by Mr. Michael Colley. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Moving on to consider approving the out-of-state travel request. And they are Chet Chasson, Executive Director, attending CoLab, Washington, D.C. Fly-In, Washington, D.C., September 21st through the 24th, 2026. Next, we have Corporal Scott Bynum, our Homeland Security Specialist, and Joshua Collins, Harbor Police Sergeant, attending the National Port Partner Emergency Response Summit, Corpus Christi, Texas, November 3rd through the 6th, 2026. And next we have Chet Chasson, Executive Director, attending the NOIA Fall Meeting in Point Clear, Alabama, October 21st through the 23rd, 2026. And I make a motion that we accept these out-of-state travel requests.
Got a motion from Chairman Gisclair, a second from Mr. Chad Colley. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
That concludes the finance report, sir.
Thank you, Chairman Gisclair. Next, we'll move into any other business. Any public comment? Mr. Sheremy.
I'd like to tell everyone we're doing construction work on the side of the road for everyone to be careful. School's starting, to watch the construction and watch the school bus and the kids. Stop for the school buses. We hear a lot of that. So just everyone be aware of all the kids that are getting on and off the bus and for this construction on the side of the road. So everyone have a great school year, and for the kids, I feel sorry for you. Summer's over with. Time to start again. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir. Any other public comment? Mr. LaFont?
I move that we adjourn, Mr. President.
Need a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Reggie. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. The Greater Lafourche Port Commission would like to thank our viewers and those who attended our meeting today. And please remember, we are Port Fourchon, ready today, ready for tomorrow. Meeting adjourned.